Hey, everybody, it's been a while. We're talking about should you get your master's degree if you're going to go into leadership? And I get that question from so many people. Is this going to be worth it for me? What am I going to get out of it? What should I expect before and after? I've been through it, and I'm going to bring on board here somebody who's front and center on the program that I went through myself. And this is I have no financial disclosures. This is just merely to educate you and answer some questions. And then if you're interested and if you find that it's for you, maybe you want to be curious and take a step further and reach out to them. My name is Dr. Elsie Coe. I'm the founder and CEO of Lead Physician Online Leadership Program for Physicians, and I'm also the Chief Medical Officer of American Endovascular and Amputation Prevention. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so you can be notified for any videos that I put out. And so let's get to it. I'm going to introduce you to Sandi Ferretti, and Sandi Ferretti is somebody I've known for a long time, and I've seen her continue to move up the ladder. Now she has become the program director for the Masters in Science and Healthcare Leadership and for Brown University, and faculty instructor of record for the capstone requirement, the critical challenge project that allows you to show something at the end of the program that you've accomplished something. She says over 20 years of experience in healthcare management and quality improvement. And so what I'm going to be asking her is, Sandi, I want to know what exactly are people getting out of it? What's the feedback you're getting from physicians? What should I expect? Why is this for me? So let me bring her on board. Sandi, thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Happy to.
I've been trying to get Sandi on here for a while, and she's very busy, and I'm busy. So I'm so glad you're here. And thank you for being here to help physicians understand what this program is all about and why it's unique. So let's get to it. Sandi, tell us a little bit about this program before I go into these very specific questions.
Sure. The high level is that it's a 1-year hybrid program, so an accelerated master's degree program. So folks, particularly in the clinical world, who want to get it done quickly in terms of bringing on the knowledge and skills, this is a really great way to do that in a compact way. It's also the key component for professionals like yourselves is that it can be done while continuing to work full time.
Right.
The program is structured and intended for folks who are continuing to work. And what's really great is that the student population then is all working professionals from a wide variety of industries within healthcare, not just clinicians, to really get you exposure to like all kinds of different professionals. And so you learn just as much from your peers as you do from our amazing faculty.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And so I want to jump into it and I want to hear from you, and I can share some of the anecdotal stories from myself and my journey in getting this degree from Brown. What is the feedback from physicians who participate in the program? This is not an MBA. This is not a master's in healthcare administration. This is not a master's in business. This is a conglomerate of leadership training, business training, strategy training, all related to healthcare leadership. Tell us a little bit about the feedback.
Right. Well, our students really talk about 3 different themes that they see. I mean, certainly we have, from an academic perspective, have our learning objectives and things that we're trying to help students with. But really, I think what's most valuable is to hear what students say.
Yes.
And I always say, like, you don't have to just believe me and what I'm saying about the program is so great. It's what do students tell us is so great about the program.
Right.
And one is that the first theme that I hear is really about that peer learning that I already highlighted in terms of really getting exposure to all kinds of different folks who bring knowledge of healthcare in different ways than you may have experienced before. If you're talking to someone who actually works in health insurance or who works at a pharmaceutical company, you're able to ask questions of them and think about the healthcare system in a broader context. And students tell us that they really, really appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah. And you could speak to that too from your own experience.
Yeah. I mean, I think when I was starting off or when I was trying to decide whether or not I want to go through this and work full time and get this degree and like work my butt off, right? I wanted to make sure, is this really what I want? I'm putting the money into this program. It's coming from my own dollars. So I specifically spoke to physicians because you had physician alumni, and what was amazing to me was their talk of transformation to the point where when they're finishing up their degree, they were interviewing for positions that they never thought they would have, and CEO or chief medical officer or some kind of liaison to as a consultant. So I thought, and I was like, wow, that could be. He's like, you won't even believe, Elsie, the uh the kind of opportunities that come to you. And I was like, wow, I'm in. So actually I use this as a stepping stone to my career growth, and for me to go from a regional medical officer of one organization to a chief medical officer of another. I definitely had more confidence in myself, and I was able to speak the language of and understand some of the nitty gritty on strategy, operations, finance that I didn't before. But what I noticed also, you changed the program from what I had was 16 months to 12 months. Can you talk a little bit about that? I like the fact that it's shorter.
Yes, yes, and we're definitely seeing more interest as a result of that, which is great. But yeah, we did that deliberately because that's feedback that we're hearing, and kind of what some of the trends in the industry are. Definitely, people want shorter, more focused, and we're able to do that without sort of burden. Like you said, it was an intense program, but we didn't want to make it like, you're having to spend 30 hours a week. We're still in the range of reality of like 20 to 24 hours a week of effort. And I think that that makes it eminently doable. And so we had to look at, if you'd told me a year ago, like, yeah, you could do it, you could make this program work in a year. And I'm like, how do you do that?
Right.
And we really spent the time to evaluate how to place the classes and how to do it in such a way that we still maintained that balance for our students.
Right.
And yet add some curriculum. And one of the ways we're doing that is by having a couple of courses that are fully online. So you're taking healthcare policy or strategy or those core courses, but you alongside of it have like a 6-hour a week half credit course that's running alongside it. So, so we were able to fit everything.
It's not like the workload has increased significantly, right? Because you switched 16 months to 12.
No.
Okay,
No.
Good.
The idea is, yes, it has to increase a little bit, but not. We're trying to continue to not be onerous. In that.
Thank you. And I want to show the slide that you gave me of titles from before the program to the current program, current role after they've graduated. Can you talk about the slide?
Sure. So my goal here was really to show some examples of different ways that clinicians, particularly physicians, have sort of advanced their careers after the program. And they do a range of different things depending on their interests. So like starting at the bottom, we've had folks who are like department chiefs of, oftentimes like in emergency medicine or OBGYN, different areas, go on to take on larger leadership roles within their institution. And sometimes they come in thinking that that's what I'm gearing myself up for. Sometimes they've already been thrust into leadership roles, and they're wanting to get those leadership development skills that like they're recognizing that they need, and are able to be successful in those roles. So definitely folks have advanced.
Yeah, other roles here, people who weren't physicians also moved up. So I just want to stress that point. Obviously it's not just for physicians, but this podcast is really for physicians. But I just wanted to quickly show that if you're, a nurse, you're an IT director, you're in marketing. We've seen, my colleagues, my friends to this day, who are my partners in the class, have moved up. One of my really good friends, Jackie, is now a VP level for Blue Cross Blue Shield. So it is transformative, I have to say.
So if you go back to that physician slide, there's the opportunity to sort of go the traditional path of chief medical officer, but we've also had people who are who were practicing clinicians who said, I want to get out of the day-to-day practice, but I'm really interested in like population health and clinical care paths and how to help people. And so like we have this nephrologist who's now senior medical director at Optum doing exactly that kind of work.
Yes, I know him. He's
Yes, a truly
yes.
remarkable guy.
Mhm.
But
Amazing.
folks have, we've had folks who want to take lead in government roles. So, who have that plan to sort of, ultimately be the chief of CMS, and so are starting along that path in the public health arena. So
Mhm.
this,
One thing that's I think you don't show on the slides that I reviewed today, and I think is really important is that you also give support on how to develop your LinkedIn profile, how to market yourself, how to be a leader in communicating the way that you should. And so you have these exercises. I'm wondering how much of that is it's been since I graduated in 2017. How much of that is still ingrained within the program?
so much of it, and it's actually becoming more formalized. So we have now a half credit course that is leadership and professional development. So really getting at your personal professional development. So all of those types of things, and really focused on skill building.
Okay.
And that's really unique to our program in terms of actual leadership development training. Most, you go to an MBA, you go to an MHA program like I went to, you're learning all the content, but you're not sort of practicing skills and working on skill development. So
Absolutely. Yes, that's
really
so
an
true.
essential, yeah,
I
essential.
wanna I wanna show one slide before we, close this, quick podcast, and give people, the chance to be able to reach out to you if they want. But this is kind of the curriculum. Can you just talk about the slide?
Sure, sure. So we have two different intake options. You could start in the summer term or the fall term, depending on what works for you in the calendar. And we have the red arrows are those sort of 4 core classes on policy, strategy, finance, and leadership. And that's leadership in a broader context of organizations. And then supplemented by that are sort of all these content pieces that you need to support those core courses like marketing, law, economics, quality improvement, and then the 2 technology components. Technology is such a big focus in terms of having basic knowledge and being able to use that for leadership. And then that's all held together by that leadership and professional development class, as well as your critical challenge project. That's really about giving you that practical opportunity to create something that you have that you take with you at the end of the program to say, look, I can demonstrate leadership in putting together a business plan because I have all the pieces of a business plan.
Right, and being able to use that to leverage your next, career goal
Steps. Yep.
is important. That's fantastic. So,
Absolutely.
great. As we're closing here, tell us a little bit about how people can reach out to you. I mean, we have wonderful faculty. I wanted to show that slide too, but
Yeah.
tell us in a nutshell. This is a very quick program. How do people reach out to learn more about this program?
So we have information sessions. You can certainly attend those. We have professional.brown.edu. You'll find the link to our specific program with all kinds of great information. It also allows you to schedule an appointment with me. So if you want to speak to someone, you can schedule an appointment right there on that website. You can reach out to professional@brown.edu or call. And start talking to us. It's pretty easy.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on here. I really appreciate it. Tell me a little bit about are there CME credits that are part of this program now?
Yes, yeah. So you can apply. You have to complete the program, but physicians in particular can apply 25 CME credits through the American Medical Association. So if you're a member of the AMA, you can use the program to qualify for 25 credit hours.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandy. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Dr. Elsie Coe. If you have a topic on physician leadership, career development, innovation, you know, transformation, please reach out to me at info@drlcco.com, and maybe we can have you on the podcast and to help everybody learn to grow and be better. Join us at leadphysician.org if you're interested in getting leadership coaching through physician eyes standpoint and learn personal growth for yourself and your next big challenge. So any last words as we close here, Sandi? Thank you so much again.
My last words are really that don't wait. In the words of some of our physician applicants or folks who finished the programs who hemmed and hawed about, should I do this? Is this right for me? Her advice is to just do it. And so I encourage everyone to find the program that's right for you and just do it. It'll help you launch your career.
Love that. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Until next time.